Hi everybody, it's Diane and I am back. I opened my shop today. I was online with HP and got that internet connected to my phone or to my printer. And so I opened up my shop and I put everything that's in there 25% off for 1 week. So go check it out, see if there's anything there that you would like. And I'm going to be putting these in the shop tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so they're just going to go in the shop at 8 o'clock when the video, well, whatever time I upload the video to YouTube, these will already be in the shop. So let's take a quick look at them. There isn't a lot of detail in these journals. They are fun covers, all made with children's books. They all have a fabric tie and they all have a fun dangle. So we'll take a look at the dangles on each one. And there are some elements inside each one. So the ties are just fabrics. They're not like pieced patchwork fabrics, but I did sew 2 fabrics together. You will have to untie this eventually because the book will fatten up as you use it. So you'll have to untie it and retie it. On this one, Mrs. Pig Gets Cross. I did some patchwork pieces on it. I believe I did this on camera. It seems like it was so long ago, before I moved. And it has this really pretty calico with the colors matching the colors on the book cover. And I love that the back cover illustration is a continuation of this one. We have some more vintage fabrics and a Tim Holtz ticket, one of those old Adage tickets. Vintage rickrack and a vintage yo-yo. Now I had gotten some of these very colorful keychain type of things, little plastic. And I think in order to, there's even a little piece of acetate here on top of the white paper. So I think you have to take this off of the split ring in order to get that out, because it goes out that way, but of course the split ring prevents it from sliding out, which is a good thing once you have it what you want in it. So if you want that, if you want to write or stamp something on there, you can remove this from the split ring and slide it right out, do what you want to with it, and then put it back in. I didn't do that because I didn't know what you'd want to put on it. What else do we have on this? We have some beads. There's a vintage button right here. Some really pretty and fun beads. There's another button, not vintage. And I have these puzzle pieces that were all the states of the United States. And I punched a hole in Wisconsin and attached it here. That's just a bead from one of the craft stores, but it's kind of rubbery. And speaking of rubber, there's a duck. Isn't that cute? And this is a game piece. Okay, let's look inside. These journals will come with some elements. I don't know how much, and I don't know what, but there will be probably some tickets and some paper scraps, like scrapbook paper scraps and whatever. I haven't even tried putting packets together yet, but I'll do that before I send them out. It has a book plate on the inside. Got a little bit of glue on that, dried on. Wallpaper. This is a pocket, and I didn't put things in the pockets because you can do that. This is for you to fill and make your own. So the pages are unembellished. You are going to just glue your heart out. So you can cover this whole thing, this is an art instruction book. You can cover this with images from magazines, digital ephemera, images that you draw and then paste in, whatever you want to glue in your book. Scrapbook paper. This is a children's encyclopedia page. Each journal does have 3 cards that I made, and they have index card on the back. So you can do some journaling on there if you want to, or take this card out and use it in a different journal. I don't usually put journaling cards in glue books. This is a Currier and Ives large calendar page. Children's storybook page. And a garden binder page. More scrapbook paper. Each journal also has 2 envelopes that are made with book pages. This is an art instruction book page. So you can put something in there. I was thinking when you find things in magazines or other places that you want to glue down in here, you can just tuck them in the pockets and you'll have them. This is a teacher's guide for learning cursive. I did have to make the pages bigger in all of the journals. There's another pocket for you. There are 2 pockets and 1 journal card in each signature in all of the journals, and there are envelopes in the 1st and the 3rd signature in the journals. So 2 envelopes, 6 pockets, 3 journaling cards. This is from a 1970s, I think. Yes, 1970s sewing pattern catalog. This is from an some kind of a dictionary, polyglot dictionary of basic English. I'm not even sure what kind of book that came out of. Nursery rhyme book. This is a pocket that I had to glue 2 pieces together to make. Coloring book page. These are just white sketchbook pad pages. This is a catalog for furniture. And this was a book on making dolls and a children's very colorful book. And here is the large one with a milk bottle cap. This one has a side pocket. And then wallpaper again here. This one I had this torn piece of paper with the numbers 1 through 10. It did say top 10, but I had to cut the word top off. So if you wanted to, you could put a list in here of your top 10 favorite, whatever, top 10 favorite songs, foods, candy bars, whatever. This was coffee dyed, and I've just been saving this scrap forever, so I decided to just make a pocket out of it. Just some copy paper in color. This is from a map or an atlas, and it had some star charts. More nursery rhyme pages, coloring book. And this was from a very colorful children's book that had the lyrics to What a Wonderful World. There's some puppets, some bright colors. There's Louis Armstrong puppet right in there. Am I showing him? Another scrap of scrapbook paper I've had forever, and I just put it on some cardstock and made a pocket. These cards are made with vintage children's illustrations and scraps of scrapbook paper or digital papers. The back cover of each journal has a denim pocket. I got a collection of denim pockets taken off of jeans at an estate sale. So I glued one to the back of each cover, and I added an applique. This is the only one that has a handmade applique with felt and fabric and a little brad or button or something there. And I will put my signature on each of the tags. So this one is Mrs. Pig Gets Cross. Next we have 3 is Company. Some of these will be tied in a bow and some will just be tied in a knot because the pieces of fabric weren't long enough for the bow. This one has a vintage braid trim on the edge. This fun fabric with lemons, or oranges I mean, and some vintage green rickrack. And there's illustration on the back with the pig, the fish, and the bird. They all inhabit different areas, the land, the water, and the air, but they wanted to be friends, and they tried to do things together and be compatible. I didn't read the whole story, but the illustrations were very cute. So there they are in a boat. The pig and the bird are in the boat, and apparently the fish is in the water, keeping them company. So this is the keychain piece. There's a little fuzzy bunny bead because he's orange. I used a lot of orange on this. And this is a vintage piece. This little orange clasp. It's got a hand and a little cuckoo clock, I think, or birdhouse or something. And this state is Minnesota. There's a mushroom bead. This is a vintage anagram game piece. And a really pretty button, floral button in yellow and orange. There's a bumblebee. This book plate was printed right on the end paper. Wallpaper, there's the pocket. Another What a Wonderful World envelope. Oh, I think it was here. Another cursive writing instruction paper. There's a pocket there. This was a paper, wallpaper, that I used on my table here. I taped 2 pieces of wallpaper together and used them as a background when I was making videos or taking pictures. And then I didn't realize that it had tape on it. So the tape is still there. So I think I'll take a strip of paper and glue it there to cover up that tape, because I don't think I can pull it off very successfully. So I'll put something like this on it. I'll leave this in here. Another atlas page. This was this big poster that came with some kind of a book. It said enjoy. Now it just says oi. This is a book about snow, I think. There's a pocket, and this is going to go in the pocket. I love this picture. She's in the mud, and there's a frog there. Coloring book page, typing book page. Another pocket. This is one I just did the pockets on the video yesterday. I guess that is a book about springtime. More wallpaper here. Pocket. Book page with Gyo Fujikawa illustrations. Envelope. I think I said book page, but it's envelope made with a book page. pocket there. This one has an owl on it, an owl applique, and it has some red and black threads in it for whatever reason. I don't know why. And this one I did put my signature on. Three's Company. This one is called Mr. Shaw's Ship Shape Shoe Shop. This is the tie that comes with it. I used burgundies in this, so there is some burgundy in this braided trim. I love that. I love the colors. And then this steel gray or blue gray gimp trim. It's patchwork fabric on the back, and there's the back illustration. We have the map of, well, Indiana. It's Indiana. Doesn't say it on it, but I see Indianapolis. And a blue keychain. There's a bee on that and a butterfly on this. And the game piece. I think they all have a game piece and a map. There's an anagram letter. There's a pig. This one should have gone on Mrs. Pig Gets Cross. There's a button. And this is a book plate from a Gyo Fujikawa book. Wallpaper. He's just coming from the candy store. What fun. And this one I had pages to add into the book. So these pages, there's I think one in each signature of the original book page. Well, it's two because it's a folio. Here is an envelope made from a, I think it was maybe a Tilda craft book or magazine or something. It's really, really cute. Maybe it wasn't Tilda, but it was British, whatever it was. I did put a scrap of a cut off piece of paper in here because it's black and white against white, so I just put a little color in there. There's another, that's the other side of the book page. This is a smaller piece of wallpaper. And the furniture page. Looks like she's got a new satchel for school. This one also has a piece of paper in it. This is from Uppercase magazine. It was like a poster type of thing that came with one of the magazines. And it looks like several, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or so layers of music on top of each other. So there's no way anybody could play that. It's just art. And this is also from Uppercase, and it's from one of the Encyclopedia of Inspiration magazine or book. It's a dust jacket. It came with a book. A computer dot matrix paper. I just had this on the floor, so I stuck it on here. Scrapbook paper and pocket, another page from that. Didn't know I put them both in the same. Maybe it was the first one in the other journal. It doesn't matter. I think it was in the other journal. So this is the N and part of the EN, part of the J for enjoy. Here's a book page from the What a Wonderful World. fishies to color. Pocket. They're gathering eggs. And there's a What a Wonderful World envelope. Now this, I did something wrong and it ended up being wonky and I went with it. So this is off center. And this, you can actually, if you put something in there, you'd be able to see it right in there. But I think it's kind of fun that way. So I left it. And the back pocket has a label or an applique for Royal Ambassadors. And I guess that was a kids club, according to my viewers who saw me put that in here. And I just put this one in from cardstock. So all I have to do with these is put together the bundles that'll come with them and put my signature on all the tags. This one is called Hanzel and Gretle, and it does have an odd spelling for Hansel. And this story was based on the Engelbert Humperdinck opera. And he's not the Engelbert Humperdinck of the, I don't know what era he was making music, 50s and 60s, I'm not sure. It's not that guy. This is an older opera composer from a different era. I don't know anything about him except that he wrote Hansel and Gretel. I don't know if he wrote the music or the libretto, but he's credited with that. There's the keychain. I love this little wrapped candy bead. So fun. There's the game piece, a bow bead, a smiley, and the state is Kentucky. Oh, and it has a duck. And I put this vintage fabric on it with the same blue-gray. And 14 angels watched you keep. So that must be part of one of the songs. This is in rough shape. I think it's the roughest looking of any of the journals. This corner it looks a little like it was bent, but it's not. I can't bend it, and I'm not trying very hard because I don't want to bend it, but it's not wobbly. And I did add a fabric on the edge because of how rough it was looking. And this is a digital book plate from TLC, Loves Vintage. GIMP trim there. So again, we have wallpaper, a quilting booklet page, a teacher's planner page, and it's folded up there. You can glue that down if you want to make a pocket out of it. I love this image. It looks so cute on this bright paper. Another of the, I think it was Tilda envelopes with the knitted mittens. This is the end paper for this book. This was the other book that I didn't glue that one, that I did have some pages to go in the book. Scrapbook paper and a applique pattern from a pattern catalog from the 70s. This is another of the posters from Uppercase magazine. And this envelope is made from a art instruction book on how to draw and paint cats. I think this is a toucan. That's a toucan bill right there. Typing book, quilting book. This is a KB and Friends digital. They all have all the big cards have a vintage milk bottle cap. They're all genuine vintage ones. That one is for cottage cheese, actually. Wallpaper. This is Goldilocks from the Three Bears story. This is two pieces that I glued together to make an L-shaped pocket. And this pocket has this pleated feature in the center and this vintage bunny applique. And this tag I had in my stash. I had glued shorthand paper to it. You can collage on it and have fun with it. And the last one is Poems for Small Friends. And it is a Gyo Fujikawa book. So that is his illustration on the front. And I love this braid trim also with all those pretty colors. There's a lot of colors on this, so I added that to it. And the green kind of mellows things out here with the very colorful dangle. So it's got a letter here, the letter P, and the map piece is Maine. And there's a mushroom bead. This is a chipboard tag. You could even write your name and date on that. And the game piece. Lots of fun beads. I made a book plate there, and this is wallpaper. Has all the same sorts of pages. Another double pocket. Well, it's not a double pocket. It's one pocket, but it's two pieces that form an L-shaped pocket. This is a page from this poem book. Nope, it's a different one, the A to Z picture book, but it is Gyo Fujikawa. This is Eloise Wilkin, one of the big golden books. Pocket here with mustaches on it. Wallpaper. This is a French children's songbook. And this one, I guess I couldn't resist because I had this paper on my desk, and so I rounded the corners and glued it down. You can still collage on it. Again, two pieces of paper that I put together to form a bigger pocket. This is from a story about a rabbit and an Easter egg. So the game pieces that I'm using look like this, because this is the instruction for that game. An atlas index, a page from Mr. Shaw's Shoes, Ship-Shape Shoe Shop. More fishies to color, and there's a frog and a lily pad. Got some ducks here. This is from an Alice and Jerry book. I'm taking a long time with this flip through, aren't I? For a book that's not embellished. This is a fun pocket. It's got one pocket here and one pocket here. Here's the other side of the game instructions. You can fold it out and just glue your heart out on that. And then we have the purple jean pocket, and it says Trail Ridge Road on this patch. And there's just a tag. So we have Poems for Small Friends, Hanzel and Gretle, Mr. Shaw's Ship Shape Shoe Shop, Three's Company, and Mrs. Pig Gets Cross. They are in my shop when you see this video, and the other things that are still in my shop are 25% off. So do some shopping and help me get going again. Open up my store for business, and let's do it up big. Let's buy it all. I'll be back with another video soon, and I hope you're having a creative day. Bye.